Well, hello!
Evening all.
Oh, hang on. It started again.
Hang on.
Started again. Stop. Oh, I know why. It's got a repeat on it. What did I say to you, Paul? I said we're not at home to Mr. Cock-Up today.
No.
I've just made one.
No. Well,
It's only a little one.
we're not the BBC, are we?
No.
Whoops.
There's another Cock-Up.
Number two. Cock-up number two. Tell you what we should do before we
Do you know
start.
what we should do?
By the end of the show,
Yeah.
we should
Count
say
it.
to people, if you can get the amount of cock-ups
Yeah.
right, you might win something. You might
There
win
might be a
something.
lot of poetic license there. I mean, someone might say that the Cock-Up was doing it in the first place, all of that sort of stuff. Hard to pick a clear winner. The amount of Cock-Ups that you and I could make, hard to pick a clear winner. But what we will do is we'll say today is about Born Under a Full Moon. And of course we have a record spin this week again. We had a little departure because Oppenheimer last week we had the start of the film we went
Yes.
for. But we're going to go for the record spin today. I'm going to stick it on and this is what it sounds like. No, it doesn't. That's not it.
Number three.
This is what it sounds like.
When you are born under a full moon, the rolling clouds look like a movie, and the band played a Brazilian tune. There's a blue note and a true note, and the other one's for you. Long ago in another world, I wrote a tune for my baby girl. All the time I was aware how fragile we were. But somewhere south of Mexico, I thought I saw a glimpse of hope. Something caught my eye on the horizon line. Fill my empty cup, light up my day. When you are born under a full moon, the rolling clouds look like a movie, and the band played a Brazilian tune. There's a new note and a true note, and the other one's for you. When you were born under a full moon, you light the way into a new world. I wrote this song under Brazilian skies. No, none under the sun. So much fun as we had underneath the full moon.
Now everything has fallen down. We'll crown the king of clowns. We'll live in separate palaces like the fools we are.
Send the stars will light again before we even become friends. Another baby girl is born aboard the ark. Fill my empty cup, light up my day. When you are born under a full moon, the rolling clouds look like a movie. I wrote this song under Brazilian skies. No, none under the sun. So much fun as we had underneath the full moon.
Worlds collide, alive we feed the carnival down to the sea. Lose yourself in old Sao Paulo, start to breathe. Just one more
Under a full moon, you light your way into a new world. I wrote this song under Brazilian sky. No, not under the sun. It's so much fun as we had underneath the full moon. Long ago in another world, I wrote a tune for my baby girls. Little did I know how they would change the world.
Lovely round of applause for you, Paul.
What was that then?
That was a round of applause.
No, it's Elaine Gilmore.
Oh, did it? She's not here.
No, she-
Yeah. I was one that slipped through the net, obviously. Yeah.
I know the name.
So yeah, Born Under a Full Moon, and of course Paul Smith's here today because Paul's been playing doing a bit of drumming.
Drumming.
More
Again.
drumming. Yeah, can't stop him.
You've been doing mouth drumming.
Yeah,
Trying to tell me
no,
what
boom,
to play.
boom, boom, then nothing. Yeah,
You
stuff
wouldn't
like
believe, Well, I have to put
that.
up.
Very musical terms, it is.
Very musical.
Yeah, yeah. And Paul keeps saying, "Yeah, if I could see what you were tapping on your knees, that might be helpful. But I haven't got a camera, so I'm guessing all I'm hearing is tat 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 tat. Not much help.
All of that.
Not much help." Born Under a Full Moon was quite an interesting one to play, wasn't it? Because it had about
Very
a million
lovely.
different sections.
Yeah. Oh, they're always interesting with you, Al. There's never any sort of continuity and consistency. It's always all over the place. Yeah.
And we're going to be doing that at my gig on January the 18th.
January the 18th in Chapel Arts in Bath.
Chapel Arts in Bath.
Yes,
We're doing
Chapel
Coffee
Arts
in
in
New
Bath.
York. I'm
in
thinking
New
of
York.
doing the end of the Blue Album because we haven't been doing it with the Korgis. It's not to say that we won't. We might do it later in the year or something like that as we kind of launch our new End of the World tour somewhere in the middle of the year. The Korgis at the end of the world. Everybody's got to learn sometime.
It's probably a good thing we get that done as quick as possible.
Maybe
The
we
way
start
things
the
are
tour
looking-
early.
The way things are looking at the moment.
Start the tour early. I kind of those last two songs on the Red album, Sticky Note for the End of the World and Beginnings, I think are very, very nice. I love both of those tunes, so we might even end the show with that. Of course, in amongst the show is, of course, the glorious Putin and Trump the musical, which is becoming more and more relevant as we speak, isn't it? They're just in the news all the time, both of those pair.
Hence the previous statement. Let's get this End of the World tour done quickly.
There we are. I'm going to show you. This is the cover that Leah did for Putin and Trump the musical. There is actually a script. Believe it or not, there's a script. Yeah, there is a script. I can show you a little bit of it in a minute.
Yes.
That's Putin and Trump the musical. Leah drew that by hand. Very clever person that she is. And yeah, this is the script. If it'll let me do it. Sorry, it's a PDF, so it's a bit unwieldy.
Nice cup of coffee, Al.
Do you like that cup of coffee?
Al has made a lovely cup of coffee.
Well, there we are. You know, Paul doesn't
Very
often
nice.
drink coffee. But
No, I
there we
don't
are.
actually.
So Putin and Trump at start scene, Moscow early evening. The Kremlin is seen in the distance flying the two flags of Russia and the USA. The overture plays as dusk descends. Dusk descends. Now, do you know what? I don't think I have ever played anyone. I'm going to come back to us. I don't think I've ever played anyone the overture for Putin and Trump the musical. But Phil Jarvis was in the other day. First time he's been playing
Have I heard
trombone.
it?
I don't know if you have, because you haven't played on it, because it's orchestral.
It's orchestral, yeah.
orchestral.
Maybe I have, but I can't remember.
Well, I'll play it to you. This is what.
Hello, everybody, by the way. Hello.
Putin and Trump Masters. So this is what it sounds like.
Oof, love it.
But now you should start recognising it, basically.
Yes. Yeah. Lovely. I like that.
Yeah. And then that goes straight into Way Past Midnight in Moscow, which of course Elaine is singing.
She is indeed, yes.
As not as herself, as the Russian reporter Alana Gilmoskovich. Yeah, Gilmoskovich, I think. Alana Gilmoskovich. I've just been doing the credits for my album, and she's on it. Is that Alana Gilmoskovich?
Oh, that is.
Yeah, there we go. You're on it. It's plain Paul Smith.
Oh.
Sorry. We can't all have Russian names.
Schmitsky or something like that.
Yeah.
Paul
Schmitsky.
Paul
Schmitsky. Yeah, there we are. So that'll all be fun. So yes, we're gonna do that. That'll be part of the second part of what we do.
Right.
Yeah. So we should say hello and welcome to everyone.
Well,
There's
yes,
a lot of people here.
Well, I did say
I think
hello, but,
Michael Webb is with us. Hello, Michael Webb.
Mr. Webb.
And
Choo-choo.
and all the way from Germany, Ingo.
Ingo.
Hello, Ingo. Hope you are well. Hope it's not as cold across there as it is here. Bleeding freezing.
Yeah.
It's freezing. Paul G, as always, thank you, Paul, for joining us. All the way from America, Angel. I believe.
Hi, angels. I mean, angel.
Who else have we got? Who have I forgotten? Is there anyone there I've forgotten?
Scott.
Oh, Scott. Hello again, Scott.
Who else?
Scott's definitely a regular these days. Good on you, Scott.
James Jones.
Oh, James. Hello, James. How are you?
Who else? Rick Nicholas.
Ah, Rick. Of course. I was working with Rick of course,
Colin.
last week.
Colin as well.
And Colin. Of course, Colin, because I told Colin to wake up.
Wake up.
Yeah, never
I think
mind.
he was being sarcastic.
Never mind snoring
Waiting, I
off.
think
Just
he was,
because we're a couple of minutes late. We've been working like dogs here. We have. It's been a hard day's night.
And I bet he works for British Rail. Oh, sorry, Mike Webb. No reflection on anybody who works in any train services.
Yeah. They'll be coming up. You know, never mind upsetting Putin and Trump.
That's the end. When I see Mike Webb the next time, hopefully you'll have forgotten.
And Paul G as well.
Paul G.
Paul G's a bit of a train enthusiast. Do not upset the train. Oh God, yes.
Well, so am I.
Oh God, yes. Oh, and not only that, Paul G, you've just sold another album. You've just sold an album on the website today. It came in this morning. Well done. Very good. That's good, isn't it?
Well done.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I think it's in America. I think someone in America bought one. Something like that.
Brilliant.
Very good. Okay. Should we do the quiz question?
Oh.
It's a quiz question for the boys and girls.
question.
Quiz question. So let me find it. Where are we? Let's go back to where I.
Can I read it?
Oh God, that's not it. Yeah, you can. I'll stick it up. But I'll stick it up on screen if you want.
Well, you can. I've got it here.
Well, we've got to stick it up on screen anyway for the boys and girls, don't we? There we are. So what does that say?
So, the question is, this song is set in 2 continents, in 2 different time frames. Exactly where and when?
Yeah. So and the key word there is exactly. As exact as you can possibly get. I think some people might make a stab at it, but actually the actual exact locations are a little bit more hard to ascertain. They may be written down somewhere, or they may not be, or I might have just mentioned it to someone. Or you know.
This is going to test all
Yeah.
your detective skills.
I'll read it again. This song is set in 2 continents, in 2 different time frames. Exactly where and when. And that is, of course, 4 answers we're after. 2 time frames and 2 locations in the continents. Not just the continents themselves. Locations. Exactly. Exactly where.
So,
a tricky one. A tricky one.
Well,
It might be a tricky one.
We do have intelligent.
Well, I know, that's why I've had to make the
followers.
questions more tricky.
Yeah.
It's because they're too bleeding intelligent.
Well,
That's the trouble. So yeah, that's all good.
Paul G said, "Aren't you playing drums on Get to the Frontier?"
Yes, he is. You are.
Yes, I am.
You are. Paul's playing drums on the whole of Putin and Trump the musical, of which there are 7 pieces of music.
Of course, Paul G wrote it.
Paul G wrote it. Paul G, yeah.
Yeah, well, you know.
Well, we both did.
You both
Yeah,
did.
but
yes.
Paul instigated it. He was the
that's right.
prime mover behind it, and I just made it sound pretty.
And yes, we did meet at Kinross.
Oh, what? Paul G.
Paul G.
Was Paul G at Kinross?
Well, he said, Paul, how do you play drums and get to the front here? Then, oh no, Scott McIntosh. that
I was
Sorry.
gonna say Scott. Yes, Scott. Yes, Scott. You and I. Yes, we did meet.
You can't consider that a blooper, can you really? That's not,
I wouldn't
no,
have said so.
no.
But anyway, there's no prizes for the bloopers.
There's no
because
prizes
We
for
make
bloopers.
far too many of them. And do you know what?
It's
As well,
entertaining though, isn't it?
That was easy.
it's easy.
it's easy.
Easy for us to make bloopers. We can do them
Yes,
all
there
night
we are.
long.
Yeah.
we can do them all night long.
But we're not staying all night, are we?
No, no,
Just to cut down on the bloopers.
no. We'd be here with Lionel Richie. wouldn't we?
Yes, indeed.
So, Born Under a Full Moon was begun long ago, and this is actually documented, but I'm not going to tell you exactly when. But it was begun long ago. And for ages and ages, I just thought, oh, it's a really good chorus. I'm lying around for ages now. It's a good chorus. And I tried several times to write verses for it, and I failed. I went, no, it's still not good enough, still not good enough. And then just as we were beginning, probably on United Nations, the writing sessions for there, suddenly, kush, it just occurred to me, and I went, oh, that works. And it was based on this very nice chord sequence, and in fact, I was going to play it on that guitar, but actually, I think I should go and get the guitar that I actually played it on. So entertain them for 1 second, or 12 seconds.
Shall I do a tap dance? Shall I do a tap dance? Haha. Now then. No, not with a cup of coffee. So anyway, yes, where are we? So we've got... Oh, he's back already. Any of Paul's t-shirts for sale?
I don't think Paul's got
No,
t-shirts,
he
has he?
must be Paul G, does he?
Yeah, I don't think Paul's got t-shirts, has he? Oh, your t-shirts maybe, Paul? Do you have t-shirts?
Well, I've got one on now.
Well, talking about, yeah, so you've got oh, that's a vintage 40 years of the Korgis, that is.
I'm a vintage.
Yeah. I am,
Not the best
today
vintage,
I am wearing a new Danielle Nichols band t-shirt. The reason I'm wearing this today is because Dan sang on Born Under a Full Moon, and not only that, yesterday when she was supposed to be thinking yoga, calm thoughts, I'm going, can you do me a video, stand against the wall, what a white video yourself, send me, oh, by the way, can you do the middle eight as well? And so she went, you're really messing with my chi, but she actually spelled it with a Q. I don't know, is that a thing? I don't know, maybe it isn't her chi, maybe it is a qui, messing with a qui.
I've never liked yogurt anyway.
So, yes, so sorry, Dan, and thank you, and I'm wearing your t-shirt in your honour to say thank you for doing that video when you should have been thinking yoga.
Angel said, beautiful guitar, Al.
Ah, yeah, well, this one, a lot of people just look at it and go, oh, it's like a classical guitar. It's a kid's guitar, isn't it? So you buy it for 20 quid. It cost me 200 quid, but it was like half price or something. So it's a 400 quid guitar. And it's a very nice guitar. It actually... It's very light kind of... Very light sounding guitar. And so... I knew that I wanted to do it on this guitar, and so the chord sequence is just a descending chord sequence, but like most of my chord sequences, there's something a tiny little bit different about each one of them. So the basic sequence is D minor, C, B flat, A, or A sus to A. But that sounds a bit boring, doesn't it? So I just changed it a little bit, and I made it, of course, a minor seventh. I made a C6, B6, B flat 6, A7 sus, 7th.
Yeah, I thought it was, yeah.
And then we got this marvellous sequence that goes afterwards. God knows how I thought of this, but it's all major ninth chords. And this one.
So can you explain
what
to
a
me
major ninth
particularly,
is?
and maybe what a major ninth is?
Okay, well, actually, it's relatively easy. When people say a C seventh, they don't actually mean the seventh that's in the scale. They mean C. Well, she was just 17. That is a C seventh. But that note is not on the C scale. That note is in the C scale. That's a major seventh, as opposed to a flattened seventh, the other one really should be called. And so let's go back to the key of D. So there's a D. There's a D major seventh. The way you find out the sevenths and ninths, the 11ths and all that is you just count up from 0. So if D is 0, or at 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, there's your major seventh. 8, 9. So a D major ninth has a major seventh and a ninth in it. So if you have those two and you put a D bass with it, to get the rest of the chord.
What would be a D minor ninth?
Oh, that would be that. Still got the ninth in it.
But it's a minor, not a major.
Minor third.
All right, minor.
The saddest, as opposed to lovely.
I'm sort of sorry I asked.
But for all the people that do play guitar out there, or some kind of instrument,
Yes.
a different way to look at this is actually a D major ninth. That's an A chord with a D bass, and a G is a D chord with a G bass. A C major ninth is a G chord with a C bass.
So that.
And then we end with an 11th chord, which is a G with an A bass. And these are all very Carole King chords. Or Burt Bacharach.
Reminds me of
all them.
Jose Feliciano.
Yeah, well, that's probably the sound because the guitar.
Oh, absolutely. But I have a favourite song of Jose Feliciano.
Which one's that?
It was from. Now this will be a good question to have, but it's nothing.
Too late.
Korgis. Yeah, I know. In fact, yeah. Anyway, it was called Chico and the Man.
Chico and the Man. I love that
it's
song.
Fabulous.
Yeah, I know.
I bought a Jose Feliciano album.
Yeah.
Purely because that song was
Yeah.
on it. It was a best of Jose Feliciano, Christ. And but purely because of that song. It is
Yeah.
gorgeous. I love it.
Yeah.
It's just so sweet.
Yeah. He's a great artist. Great
He
artist,
was, yeah.
actually, Feliciano. Great guitar player.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Great guitar
And the
player.
series
great
was
singer.
very funny as well, Chico and the Man.
Right. I've never seen the series, but
It
I
was
knew the
set
song.
in a garage in America.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, it's just, really
Yeah.
good. Loved it. Anyway,
Yeah, lovely. So
Back
there
to
we
the
are.
Korgis.
So that's the guitar that I played there. Most of it is quite easy. It isn't all easy. Will be said that when we get into our that's not very easy, and a whole load of other stuff, and then we get Danielle's bit, which is. And then it goes really weird. Da, da, da. Steely Dan chord. What a Steely Dan chord.
hey,
And we're back in the original key.
lovely chords.
I don't know if you remember this chord, but you're going to have to remember this, is that little point where it changes from that feel back into the solo. Sorry. Where all of a sudden it just changes into from 6/8 into
I can't remember the track we
4/4.
played an hour ago, Al. So I got no chance of remembering that one.
No, I know, but you look at it and you go, what was that? I'm going to try and write you some parts anyway for the gig.
Okay.
So you go, oh yeah, it's a 5/4 bar, it's a 3/4 bar, it's something odd. I know it's something odd, and you fill over the top of it, and then we launch straight back into the other thing.
I do vaguely remember something like that.
Yeah,
I do indeed.
And some cursing.
When do we announce any winning answers?
Oh, way at the end. We make them wait. We make them wait for the end. Have we got some people guessing there?
Oh, we do.
Do we?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Paul G has had a guess.
Well, what's he said?
31st of December 1996 and February the 23rd 1997. St. Paulo, which is Sao Paulo, South America, and Caifili. And then the song originated, this is Colin, the song originated in Sao Paulo on December 31st 1996 and completed February 23rd 2024 at Shabby Road Studios in Caifili.
Well, some very good stuff there.
Very concise.
Very concise stuff, yeah, indeed.
Yeah, very
indeed.
Concise.
Yeah, very good. Very good. I'll reveal a little bit more when we do the next quiz. Anyway, I think that's enough guitar. That's enough guitar playing for now. We're just gonna pop that over there. Thank you. Oh, we should actually just also reminder the week after my gig. So my gig January the 18th, Chapel Arts, and then the Korgis in the Earl Haig Club in Cardiff. And that'll be a great night. It'll be packed. If you want to get a ticket, get it now, because that will sell out, the Korgis one in the Earl Haig, because it's a three band kind of, well, not three bands, a band called the Semantics are on before us, and another solo artist on before that, and some people during the day as well. And it's all for charity, so it's a good, it's a good thing to do, and a good place to come. And it's a great club run by musicians, so you know they're always kind of thinking about the best sound.
It is a good
and
club.
The best experience.
It's a great club. I played that a few times.
For everywhere, so yeah, that should be good. But we are doing a full set. We're just doing one set, but it'll probably be an hour and a half, or more. Yeah, so it'll be a proper set, not a cut down set, proper set. Oh, we've still got the Korgis up on the screen, haven't we? That's quite enough of that. Yes, thank you very much. Next time we play that, I will give you a tiny little bit of a little bit more of a nudge as to one of those items.
Could that be classed as a blooper then? Still having the Korgis up on the screen?
Not really, because it was all about the quiz question. We were talking about it. I was playing it, but
yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well done, Al.
Yeah, and in fact, they were probably looking at that guitar and going, "That's a nice guitar," as opposed to the one I was actually playing, which is the same guitar.
I was going to say, what's the difference?
It is the same guitar.
It's the same guitar.
Yeah.
There we are.
You can tell because all the strings are still hanging off it, because I only did that video about 3 days ago.
I remember a time when you used to go through God knows how many strings a night when we used to do Barry Island with John Oliver.
Yeah, but that's when I had the little Hohner guitar.
Yeah, double ball end string.
Yeah, and you could change it in about 25 seconds.
I know.
Because you just unscrew and go...
Which is a good job,
next,
because...
tighten up.
You used to break them that often.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't a great guitar. Interesting. That's actually how I knew Kerry, because Kerry used to work for Hohner.
I know. Yeah, I didn't know that's how you met.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well. See, I've known you all of these years, and I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. It's before. She got divorced, but it was like before she got divorced, her husband suggested I might be handy.
Right.
At a gig.
Perhaps we won't go down this route.
Well, I was, because I was playing
there.
guitar, and he thought that I might be someone good to demo Hohner guitars.
So he worked at Hohner as well, did he?
No, he didn't. They were just out. There was Sam's Bar in Cardiff. They were just out for the night. Nigel Voyle and I were doing a gig of our own stuff there. And I was up. I have radio controlled systems. So
I bet he was sorry that he suggested you as a...
It was all his own doing, I think, we won't go down there, but there is a song off my first album called Ko Samu that tells you the whole story. So all you need to do is read the lyrics on Ko Samu. Yeah. And the identity of the person was changed to Mary. Mary doesn't eat Thai food anymore for the chorus to protect the identity of Kerry.
I mean of somebody that
Don't
might
tell
have
him your
been.
name, Pike.
Excellent.
So yeah, there we are. It took ages, and I eventually just got that chord sequence like that, and then lyrics probably later that night were very quick. Then that was always going to really be on my solo album, but James really liked it, and he said, "Oh, we've never done anything really, like Latin like that, so maybe we should do it." And I said, "All right, well, in which case you better help me write a middle eight for it." And so we wrote that whole middle sequence that Danielle sings, and then James comes in and sings and stuff, which is very nice and quite otherworldly. The whole idea being that the song is kind of hijacked by a carnival, so in the middle of it, and then it just goes back as you just leave the carnival and go back to where you were. Right. So yeah, there it is. Should we have a little look at Sonar? Should we have a little look at how this song is made up? God, too many things on the screen here. I already had this up before, so let's stick it up on screen. I'll leave the mic on. I'll bring it around a little bit more this way because it tends to disappear when I go too off center. So let's make this a little bit easier to find. And I'm going to just make all of this.
You've got no sound here, but that might have been...
Oh!
Colin, have you got sound now?
Yeah, you should have sound.
You should have sound.
Should have sound. Sound's working here. Has anyone else got sound problems?
Do you know what I reckon? I reckon Colin is just saying that to make it out to be a blooper. You see, wasn't it him earlier that suggested he likes the bloopers?
He likes the bloopers, yeah, maybe.
So I think there's nothing wrong with the sound.
Oh, you reckon?
Colin just having a bit
You reckon?
I think so. I'm a bit of a dig.
Okay, so as always, there are millions of backing vocals, these kind of things that just always we have lots of. These are the kind of regular ones.
Fill my empty cup, light up my day.
And that is just James and myself, that is, making that sound. I'll tell you where there is another one. These are really nice.
Was Danielle not in there?
No, that's just James and me, that is. I know, because I was thinking,
Really
it was
sounds like
James.
Danielle.
Yeah, I know, yeah. But,
Stars align again.
actually, that's just me.
Become friends.
Like a one-man Manhattan
One man,
transfer.
yeah, I know. But the interesting ones come in the middle eight.
Oh, Colin's got sound, by the way.
He has got sound. Oh, thank
See, I reckon he had
goodness
sound
for
all
that.
along. Colin,
goodness for
stop
that.
trying it on, mate, please. No need for that.
So I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to just grab all vocals here, which I'll do with the subgroup down here. You guys can get jobs as engineers when you finish looking at me doing this stuff, because you'll go, this is so easy, any fool can do it, you'll go. So this middle eight from when Dan comes in.
Breathe.
Oh, sorry, that's not quite it, is it? There's more. I think we're back here, aren't we?
Not a blooper either, that one.
Yeah. Enter Danielle.
Worlds collide, alive we feed the carnival down to the sea. Lose yourself in old Sao Paulo, start to breathe. Just one more caipirinha, just
Caipirinha is a
one
drink.
more Brazilian
That is also a
breeze.
drink.
Soothe and soak the Latin skyline, moon and stars and sea. This picture, this life, not fiction.
Do it as Beach Boys.
More, I want more. This addiction consumes the deepest dark to light.
So yeah, backing vocals.
Korgis
Yeah,
has commented, great BVs out.
yeah, they're all right. They're pretty good. What else? I mean, drums, and we have percussion on this. So, as well as normal shakers and stuff like this, we got a brilliant percussion player called Simon Millis to come down.
Excellent.
And he popped some lovely percussion on this. So particularly, well, let's find something. So just, I mean, verses for a start. Probably let's intro verse, something like this. Very traditional kind of samba.
Jazz samba-ish sort of feel.
It all changes. Enter percussion.
Good old Simon.
He said he listened to Paulino da Costa and listened to the patterns that he was putting on it.
Oh wow.
Very nice.
But like Copacabana, you could do Copacabana over that.
Oh well, Danielle could.
Ding, ding,
Yeah.
ding, ding,
At
ding,
the
ding, ding, ding,
Copa.
Yeah, Danielle.
Danielle is. I would say that she's a closet Barry Manilow fan, but there's nothing closet about it, is it? She's way out in the open with it.
Nothing closet about him, right?
All right, so that's very nice. Obvious, very nice stuff. Brass. There's some lovely brass stuff on this. I particularly kind of like these things in the verse, which the backing vocals originally did this line, but then I wrote it for brass. And then there's a bit more note. Okay, so again, the trademark, two woodwinds, 2 trumpets, 2 trombones. You can do a lot with it. So at this point I'm using one, I believe I'm using one tenor and a flute for the woodwinds, so that we get just that little South American kind of woo.
Who played flute?
That's Kerry Reese, that is.
Kerry Reese. I was talking to the very man last night.
Ah, yes. Well, yes.
It was.
I was talking
Kerry
to...
Reese?
Yes. Very good. And a regular chorus stuff. Etc. The real fiery stuff, of course, comes in the middle 8s when we put them all through their paces. It starts with the piano, so I'm going to get a piano on there too. And I kind of did always intend to get Nigel Hartin to play the piano on it, but in the end I didn't. And it was just, I think I played it and I corrected a few of the notes and I thought, it's all right. So.
Love that.
I know.
Keep changing it. It's nice. Took the fun to the day. Yeah, the American film soundtrack.
Yeah. I should find the other piano.
Oh, especially with the sax now as well.
Yeah.
Lovely.
we should leave it run, shall we? It's quite interesting, isn't it?
Lovely, actually. Really enjoying it.
Here's the odd bar. 1, 2. Yeah, that's about the size of it.
That's great.
Yeah, I love that whole middle section. Fantastic. I mean, the song is kind of way too long for its own good, but you know, it's what the hell? It's on an album, isn't it? You know.
Very well.
Could be as long as we want.
Should do something with just the middle section as it is. take the drums and percussion out and just leave that. It's gorgeous.
Yeah. So that's it. There's not much else to really say on there. There's hardly any guitars on it. There's only really an island string. I don't think I put any electrics on it or anything like that. So yeah, I think that's about it really. People often say to me, I'm going to come back down from there, but people do often say to me, they go, oh, how do you approach something as big as that? How do you, you know, where do you start with it? And it's like, you just start with a song, the same as anything else, and you get the rhythm section to groove nicely, and then you think about what else you want to put over the top of it.
Oh, yeah.
Whether it's a full orchestra, or whether it's just a section like that, or a, you know, and what can you do with 6 people? So, you know, I decided flute, tenor, 2 trumpets, 2 trombones would be perfect.
That sounded lovely then. Trumpets?
John Mainwaring. Yeah, John Mainwaring pretty much always, except that John would always go, I'm not a jazz soloist. If you want someone to come and play a solo, you either got to write it for me or get someone that can do it. Although he's much better than he claims he is, you know, he's actually got a really good ear. Yeah. And of course Phil Jarvis on trombone, and Phil recently had an accident and has been out of action, but I'm pleased to say he was back in the studio. Earlier this week. He was back in on Monday and managed to get through a session. We did stop one song short. Now, Phil, you just should go home. But he needs to build his stamina up, you know, so it's like all this.
Nasty accident.
Yeah, he broke, 5 ribs?
5 ribs, collarbone,
dislocated
shoulder on the other side.
Yeah, grafts, muscle grafts. Yeah, no, you don't anyone go there. Yeah. Don't go there. Yeah. But wish him all the best, and he will be back. He is kind of back already, so that's good. Yeah. I think that's it. We could go back to the quiz question, I reckon, couldn't we?
Then. Right.
Yeah, I reckon. Let's put it back up on screen.
Okay, go
Quiz question. Okay, a song is set in 2 continents in 2 different time frames. Exactly where and when. Okay, so this song was written in the 90s, and some people have had some very astute guesses. And when we actually reveal the answer, the big reveal, I'll tell you exactly why I was where I was at a particular time and why I was drinking a lot of caipirinha. I don't think I ever drank a Brazilian breeze, but I wanted to get caipirinha there because we drank an awful lot of caipirinha out there.
No idea what
very nice.
Caipirinha is.
It's a spirit, but it's lime. It's got lime in it, so it's a kind of really nice kind of tropical kind of drink, always with lots of ice because it's always pretty hot down there.
Sure,
yeah. And so, yeah, I will say exactly why I was where I was. Okay, but here's the little hint that I'm going to give you. When we're talking about, you know, in the late 90s somewhere, this studio wasn't open. This studio in Caerphilly wasn't open. So I'm not sure who knows where I was in between times. I think, you know, there were probably people will then make, oh, it wasn't open, then he must have been such and such. And yeah, somebody I know who probably unwittingly I told him, but we'll see. And he's on the live stream tonight. So.
Oh.
No names mentioned.
Oh.
No names mentioned. So there.
We haven't had any comments for a while.
Well.
Perhaps they're just all watching intently.
Just ask, is anyone there? If you're there, just say, I'm here. I'm here. They've
Hello?
all nodded off.
Is anybody there?
They've all nodded off. I was just about to sing that song that you hate. Is there anybody out there?
Oh.
Not if you can hear me. Is there anyone at home?
What's that one?
Comfortably numb.
Ah, I thought it was, but I wasn't sure. But yeah. Well,
Which Paul hates. I love.
nobody's responding.
Well, there's still the dials are kind of moving. You've got to remember they're a few seconds behind. Yeah, so it'll take them a little while. Okay, quiz question. We'll come back and we will reveal the winner. But if anyone else can think about, they're probably all scouring the net for my personal history of where I am. Yeah, we'll see.
Well,
We'll see. Okay, so oh yeah, that's what I was going to do. I don't know if I can do that because I probably can't find it.
oh, hang on, here we are.
Oh,
Ingo's put perhaps Bath.
Bath.
Oh, Scott,
Well, that's a guess.
all ears, guys.
Thank
you, Scott.
It's a guess. It's a guess. It's a good guess. I don't know whether I have. Maybe I do. I'm just gonna have a tiny look for something that I was gonna play a live version that I did of Moonshine, but I'm not sure. Which is another one of the songs from my album, but I'm not sure I can find it. Because I should have looked for it much earlier. That's what I should have done. I should have looked for it much earlier. But it might be in there. Ooh, video. Oh, yeah. Okay, I found it. Well, that was easy, wasn't it? Okay, I'm going to stick it up.
That was easy.
That was easy, yeah. Okay, so this is a song called Moonshine, which is the second last proper track on my album, because we've got Putin and Trump the musical as well, but that's kind of like an add-on. And this is a very nice song. I think it actually says on the video the story of it, so I won't even go there. I'm just going to stick it up on screen. This is what it sounds like. This is what it looks like.
Moonshine, it tastes the same. It's been a long time. One careless day at summer's end, you came in from the rain. And lately, I feel the shadows growing stronger. I know it won't be long till I see your face again. Lately, I've lost track of when I should be sleeping, 'cause I don't say goodnight until the sun is in the sky. Midnight, don't inquire at how I'm keeping. I'm just busy trying to figure how the days will pass me by. Moonshine, you taste the same as I come home now, all done with that summer's tale and things that might have been. I sit now, sane and certain of the moment. Although I must be going, though I sure would like to stay. Lately, I've lost track when I should be sleeping, but I don't say goodnight until the sun is in the sky. Midnight, don't inquire how I'm keeping, just busy trying to figure how the days have passed me by. Still busy trying to figure how the days have passed me by.
Ingo said we can't see you, but I don't know whether that's now okay.
Oh, you couldn't see? Yeah, you couldn't see the video. Ah.
Oh.
I couldn't see the. Yeah, I couldn't see the video.
No, I'm
oh, that's a
whether
shame.
that was we can't see you, as in that could have been.
No, I think they can see us. I think that's the problem. I'll show you a little bit of what that looked like up on the screen.
Angel saying how many and then meant how.
How many?
How many what, Angel?
This is a bit where the band came in anyway.
How many songs on the album? Sorry.
Oh, yeah. This is the 10th song, and there's an 11th song I'm going to talk about. And then there's 7 more songs from Putting the Trump the Musical.
And things that might have been. I sit now,
Etc.
sit.
We all bloody heard it now. Heard it now. So, sorry you didn't see us. Yes, that was that was definitely a cock up. That counts as a cock up, doesn't it? Definitely does. Are we in double figures yet?
No, not yet.
Are you sure?
We're still safe,
Are you
yeah.
sure?
It's only about 5.
How many fingers am I holding up?
5.
Yeah, there we are. Yes, there are 11 proper songs on the album. I am actually going to put a cover up. Oh, do you know what? I wonder if I can do this. Kerry has just sent me today. Sorry, and this will probably mess with us altogether, won't it? Yeah, you're not seeing that screen, so that's good. She just sent me a proof of the album cover. Where is it? Here we go. Preview from me. Thank you. Come on, you can do it. Thank you. Attachment. One attachment. Download it. I'm going to show you this now. This will be worth waiting for. I reckon, possibly.
Just for proof.
Download. God, slow. It's slow. Yeah, let's put it onto here. So no, songs. Let's put it on our song, the Alienated Nations art. Let's put it there. ANPAC JPEG. It says there. Okay. Ooh, it looks good. It looks good. I'm going to open that in a folder and I'm going to show you it. Thank you. So on the screen, theoretically, look at that. That's
Lovely.
approximately what it's going to look like.
Very good.
So yeah, there's a whole list of people that, of course, on this album. Begins with James Warren, actually. He sings the very first song, and he sings another one on there as well. Paul Smith, of course. Andy Fairweather-Low. Lovely that Andy came across and played some astounding guitar on Neverland. I've already played you some of that. Of course, Elaine Gilmore is everywhere, not only on Putin and Trump the Musical in her starring role as Alana Gilmoshkovich,
yeah.
but she's done a lot of the backing vocals on the album as well. So that's been good. Joe Matera, when he was across, he came in and did a bit of guitar stuff on a great song called I Change, which I think we played last week or the week before. We played it when Joe was here. That's one of my favourite songs, and that sounds good. He's Joe. Great. He was great, wasn't he? He was great fun. Yeah, it was great to spend a few days with him.
Really good upbeat character. Lovely.
Yeah,
really nice.
Our lovely string players, Richard Mainwaring, Corinne Colburn and Claudine Cassidy, are all over the place, particularly on Putin and Trump the Musical, because it's heavy with orchestra. Wanted it to sound like it was a kind of an expensive orchestra you'd find in the theatre with strings and everything. So that's good.
Somebody called Paul Griffin.
Paul Griffin.
Somebody
Paul Griffin, of course, is featuring.
Never heard of him.
Featuring on the album, particularly as co-writer of Get to the Frontier, again with part of Putin and Trump the Musical. It wasn't originally, but when he brought it, he suggested, he went, would this fit in Putin and Trump the Musical? And I went, I think it would. He said, I think it would as well. And there we are. And there it is. Where have we got to? Oh, of course, Ian Cooper, who is co-writer of End of an Era Feeling and also Someday Charlie Someday. And the song that we have been working on today called The Storm Before the Calm, which I think we played maybe last week or the week before. But of course it's got Paul's drums on it now, so it's infinitely better.
Of course.
But I really like that song. It's one of my favourites on there. Chris Hopkins, of course. Chris Hopkins was involved in that same song, Storm Before the Calm, because he actually sent down a whole load of multi-track stuff for it. And I then added to that, and then we moved about a little bit, but anyway, yeah, he's on that. Lucy Lawson, who sings on I Change as well, so it's Lucy and Joe Matera on I Change. The Darknells. Kerry said, I'm not on it, am I? And I went, no, you're not. So it's Lorna and Leah who are on a song called The Perfect Song. The Perfect Song, which is, I've probably talked about this before, it's all about the clocks going forwards, or the clocks going back, and you losing an hour. Or gaining an hour, and what you do with that hour. As it was, I wrote this song, I wrote this song. Someone dared me to, actually. They went, and I went, what? Well, I write a song about the clocks going forward. She went, yeah. Anyway, it's actually quite a good song. It's a load of tosh. It talks about the wars that wouldn't have been if the clocks hadn't changed, and all that sort of stuff.
Lovely.
Sorry, so were you going to say something?
I know, Angel said, can't wait to buy.
Oh, thank you so much.
Scott McIntosh said, great song, Al.
Yeah, I like that song. Thanks, Scott.
Yeah, I like it as well.
Kerry Reese, our sax player, of course, who we've already talked about. John Mainwaring, our trumpet player, who we've already talked about. Phil Jarvis, who is getting better every day. Brent Keefe. Now, Brent Keefe isn't off and on stuff because he lives in London. He's a drummer I worked with loads and loads and loads, but he is on the original of Moonshine, and I didn't really want to get all the multi-tracks back up, etc., etc., and he did a great job on it, so we'll leave him there. And Ian Williams, another drummer.
So which one's Ian
galore. On? Ian's on I Change. He does that.
I don't think I've heard that one, have I?
Yeah, I think you have. Anyway, I'll play it to you.
Yeah.
I'll play it to you, but it's a very groovy thing. It has this little drum loop in the background that goes.
can I just point out, this is what I get.
Yeah.
I'm sitting upstairs.
Yeah, Paul, play it like
Al,
this. Boom,
this is what I get.
boom,
And I'm supposed to decipher this and translate it into drum language. And I'm saying, I don't know which drum you're sounding like. Anyway.
I thought it was completely realistic myself.
It's a...
I did do mouth.
Always a challenge, and he always wins.
I did do mouth drums on one of Danielle's tracks.
Did you?
Because it wasn't done to a click, and I went, that's really these drums that come in and go on. So I went into the mic and I went. And people look at me and they go, "What's that rhythm instrument there?" It's like, it's me. It's me singing them.
So that's what I get through the microphone. Yeah. Anyway.
Well, there's never a point you can't get it. I'll just go, I'll sing it myself, Paul. Boom, cat, boom, boom, cat.
I'm sure there's the odd occasion when you're very close to it.
No, not at all. Anyway, we'll come back down. Oh, so we were almost,
Yes.
yeah. Ian Williams, great drummer, great local drummer, off the wall as hell. I mean, the stuff that he plays is like really off the wall. I remember doing a really fast piece in 7/8, which was 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and it was grooving. And Ian went, "Oh yeah, 7. Yeah, 5 can groove quite nicely over the top of that." And then the string players came in to play their bits, and they went, "Turn the bloody drums off. We have no idea where we are. Turn them off. Turn them off."
Yes.
And the last entry in there, of course, is Wolfman.
Yeah, who's that?
Wolfman, I'm going to come back down to me. Wolfman is my alter ego.
No.
Yes, he only comes out when there's a full
Crikey.
moon. Yeah. But the track with Andy Fairweather-Low is Wolfman featuring Andy Fairweather-Low. Because when I first talked to Andy about doing a bit of recording with me, he said, I want to record with Wolfman. And so I waited until the perfect opportunity.
Fair dues. Good egg.
So there we are. So there is a video with me with my wolf mask on performing that. We did that in another upstairs at Chabby Road session. That was with Simon on drums.
Oh, okay.
So there we are. Yeah.
Very good.
That's good. They look very nice, though, don't they?
They do. Lovely. Yeah, very good.
That's good.
So what's the
what?
the thing, the symbols, or not symbols, but on the earth?
On the Earth.
What is it?
Well, these.
Yes.
That's the
Fragmented
planets.
sort of
Yeah. Alienated nations. They're no longer just ununited.
So
They're
they're
actually
all
falling to
fragmented.
pieces. Yeah.
Yeah.
Free-flowing bits of
Sure.
United Kingdom and other things.
Pretty much what the world is.
Well, just when we get to the end of the world tour, it'll be.
Just be all
well, yeah, which bit are you going to float away on?
the smallest bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, you probably have to go to the coldest place in the world to kind of get away from it all.
Yes.
There we are.
So-
Right before the end, we'll just talk about competition winners. Have we had any more guesses on the competition there? Phil?
Well,
sorry to make you.
There's been Colin, for some reason, has then said Edinburgh, Scotland.
Yeah, I might talk to him about Scotland.
So, and then Paul G, Glasgow, Scotland, UK. So no more guesses.
We haven't missed any further up there, have
Paul
we?
G said many thanks for the mention in dispatches, Al.
Oh, no problem. No problem at all.
And Angel said, I think we need more Wolfman videos.
Yeah, there are 3 Wolfman videos. We got Wolf at the Door, which is a Radiohead song featuring full orchestra, which you played on as well, which you said was one of the most difficult things you'd ever played on. I'll play that sometime. Maybe I'll play that next week. I'll dig it out. And then there's another song called Plasticine Figures. It was originally, I was going to do a whole load of Radiohead covers, but done with orchestra and done in different ways. And it's just Tom York brought out this song called Plasticine Figures, with just him on a piano. I thought it'd be quite fun to do a version as if Radiohead had done it, like in 1996 or something like that. So it was all heavy and whatnot. And Richard played some electric violin on it, wah wah, and started going wow, 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 wow. It was very nice. So it was good fun to do. But then I started to think the persona itself is quite fun, so maybe I'll just bring him out every now and then. The family never forgive me for leaving the Wolfman mask lying around because they look under something and they go, oh my God! What is it?
What's more scary than you?
Yeah, more scary than me. News, little bits of news.
Here is the news. Hang on,
Here
I'm going
is
to do it
news,
properly.
yes.
Here is the news.
We've already talked about the Earl Hay gig. We've already talked about my gig. Hebden Bridge has just been... it was confirmed, actually, probably 3 weeks ago or something like that. We were waiting for the ticket link to go up. So today or tomorrow, I'll put a ticket link up for Hebden Bridge Trades Club. That's a great old favourite, certainly an old Stackridge favourite, and we've been trying to get a gig there for ages, and it's not through anything other than just bad email. We just never quite got it together on our email trail. So Hebden Bridge on July the 25th. Before that, we're doing a gig in Felixstowe, so we hardly ever do gigs way out there, Norfolk, Suffolk way. Doing a gig in Felixstowe at the Beatles Fest. At the Beatles Fest. So
Brilliant.
we're going to be pulling out quite a few of the Beatles songs that we've done before.
Well, James, he knows...
He knows all of them.
But he knows something about the Beatles.
He
doesn't
does know something. So
Oh.
obviously we will be playing that one. But what are the other ones we've done? We've done obviously A Day in the Life, because we've recently been doing that.
Yeah.
We've done Tomorrow Never Knows, the kind of...
Yeah.
Well, relax your mind down and float downstream. That one. We did The End.
Yes, The End.
The finale thing from the second half of that Abbey Road medley. What else have we done? We've done more Beatles than that.
Have we?
Yes, we have.
I'd have to look through the list of charts.
We have done an All You Need Is Love. I think we did that on our Corgis with Orchestra gig, didn't we?
Mike
And we've
Smith,
done it with
that's
Mike
right, we
Smith
did.
Band, but I
We
think
did.
we might well have done it there.
Yeah, I think we did. Yes, in fact, I know we did.
And we have
I
done
know we
other
did.
songs. I know in the 90s when I was touring with the Corgis, we did Hey Bulldog. Sheepdog standing in the rain.
We haven't done that since I've been...
No, we haven't done it with this format of the band, but I know James really likes that song and he keeps going, oh, that's a great song, that is, we should do that again. So anyway, we might pull that out. But I got an idea there's some more Beatles songs that we've done way in the early days.
think.
But I can't think what they would be. But yes, we may have done
It's all going to be from the sort of psychedelic era, isn't it?
Well, yeah,
Nothing
probably.
before, from, I'm talking about...
No.
She loves you, yeah.
No,
It's not
it
gonna
wouldn't be
anything
there,
of
but
those.
then there's stuff just straight away after that where you get to Rubber Soul and stuff before Sgt. Pepper, where you've got things like Paperback Writer and so. In fact, that was on my list for us to do as a cover, Paperback Writer. But Glenn was in the band at the time. Glenn was going, you picked out the hardest covers in the world to do, because it was that and Good Vibrations.
Oh, right.
Which of course we ended up doing Good Vibrations. So yeah, Beatles Fest gig, that should be brilliant.
June the 20th.
Yeah. Before that, February, we've got a gig in Raleigh, which is in Essex.
Raleigh.
Is it Raleigh?
Raleigh,
It's
Essex, yeah.
Raleigh, yeah. Because there's an American one called Raleigh, isn't there?
Is that?
Yeah, because James Taylor did his live
Oh,
one-man
okay.
band show from there. It's
okay.
It's on, is it Martha's Vineyard or somewhere anyway. There's another one. There's one on the south coast as well. Crier Arts. I think.
Oh, hang on, there is another one.
Hanger Arts. Sorry,
Hanger
that's
Arts,
it.
yes.
There is Crier Arts as well.
Yes.
I think Hanger Arts is near Southampton.
Yeah.
Somewhere, and Crier Arts is the far side of London, I think.
Oh, is it?
But just out of London, not too far out of London, I believe. And that is, that's a lot of them. That's most of them, I think. Just seeing if there's anything else that jumps up here. Crier Arts, Carshalton.
Oh, right, okay. Sort of South Londonish, Castle.
Yeah.
Southwest.
Yeah.
I think southwest.
And then what else we got here? Yeah. Hanger Farm Arts, Spa Pavilion, Felixstowe. There's a couple of festivals, perhaps one in Carmarthen on the 6th of July, and then the following week, Yeovil, I think they're both for the same person. Not confirmed yet, but it's quite possible. And yeah, I think that's getting close to being it. We haven't got very much for the tail end, but we are definitely going to put in a gig at Chapel Arts. In fact, Jan at Chapel Arts has been going, come on then, put it in. Tell me what you want, where do you want to go?
Oh.
So that'll be in the summer, probably July, August, something like that.
Oh, great.
Do a gig in Chapel Arts.
Good. Nice.
Yeah.
I really like Chapel Arts.
And all of the people will be coming along and telling, saying how great my gig was. I reckon.
You see? I'm sure they
Yeah, I
will.
reckon. Yeah.
I'm sure they will.
Should we go to the answer for the competition? We probably need to. There were some very specific dates going on there, wasn't there? There was some.
John Belous, is it Belous? I don't know your name. Belous, I don't believe it's Belous. Bilous. Hold Me Tight, Stackridge.
Yeah, Stackridge did do "Hold Me Tight," which is a McCartney song.
Oh, and Paul G says James also did "I Fell" on one of his
If I
solo
Fell.
albums. If I Fell. So, he just put "I Fell."
Yeah, he's probably done loads
If I
of.
fell in love with, that's a
Yeah,
great
he
song.
will have done loads of them. We need to pick a winner, so let me get the competition back up on screen.
Yes. Well,
Where
how do I
are we?
scroll back on this thing?
Yeah, somewhere should be a scroll bar on the left or right of the text itself. If you just go down here somewhere, you might find it there.
Oh,
I
I
think
see,
it
yes.
is. I think it's there. Yeah. Not very clear, I must admit. I'm going to get the competition back up on screen. Song is in two continents, in two different time frames, exactly where and when. I think was it Colin that gave very specific dates.
It was. I was just looking to see who was the first. It was Colin, I believe. Oh, I didn't see that one. Colin said, "Does Putin and Trump the musical feature on the new album?"
It features on my album. It is there in its entirety.
Yeah.
We've had Sean McBride across from Bristol, who's playing the part of Trump, and he's put down all the Trump parts, and it's funny. It's very good. It's very good.
I'm trying to get to.
Trying to find them.
Well, it's at the moment.
You might be able to use
Right,
that.
co-
You might use that as well.
Oh, gee, hang on a second. Oh, use what? Oh, this.
Yeah, it might be. Maybe not. No, that was a good idea.
Yeah.
So we're really stringing this out today, aren't we?
Well,
Really
yeah.
stringing it out.
Well, I think it's Paul G was the first one.
So
I'm
what
just
did Paul
looking to make
say?
sure. Paul G, 31st of December 1996.
That is correct.
And February the 23rd, 1997. Sao Paulo, South America, and Caerphilly.
Okay. Well,
So that's-
what I'd say is there's quite a lot of right answers there.
Right.
And I think Collins was the other one, wasn't it? Let's
Yes,
find Collins, because there
well, I
was
can see-
another one.
Right, Colin. The song originated in Sao Paulo
Yeah.
on December 31st, 1996 and completed February 23rd, 2024 at Shabby Road Studios in Caerphilly.
Yes. Well, that is much more near the right end date. The start date, absolutely, Paul, you were bang on, because I was across in Sao Paulo doing a New Year's Eve gig with the Supremes. And it was mayhem. We had to drive through the carnivals going on, and I think that was part of what where I got that idea for the middle section. I was just picturing that. It was in the night, and we were trying to drive through all of these people everywhere, just everyone having a great time. And it was shortly after the birth of my daughter Lorna. And I just remembered as we were driving to the hospital, there was this big full moon. And there was clouds going across it, and it just looked like a Disney movie. So that was where the idea for the song came from. But the other unknown thing that only Kerry and I know really is on the way, it's like, oh God, we're going to go to the hospital. Now I'm going to be hungry and stuff. And I grabbed the hard-boiled egg from the fridge, and as I was eating it, I'm thinking, I don't know how long this egg has been here for, and it tastes a bit funny. As it turned out, I didn't have any ill effects, but I was thinking, that is really the last thing I want, you know.
Not that night. Oh dear.
No. So there we are. And while I was in Sao Paulo, I wrote that chorus, which is, I wrote this song Under Brazilian Skies. It was absolutely true. I wrote that chorus out there. I think I wrote the whole chorus out there. And then it wasn't until actually about 2023, I think, that I picked up the verses as we were writing on United Nations. And Colin, you're absolutely right. It was it would have been finished, you know, at the tail end of well, wherever it was, somewhere around there, just before the album was released. It was the final touches were put on it. That's right. But I think Colin and Paul, you were both pretty right. So I think we can announce joint winners there. What neither of you really got was Caerphilly was a really easy one, but of course I didn't live in Caerphilly there. I had lived in Caerphilly, but at the time that Lorna was born, at the time I was writing this, I was living in Ystrad Mynach. And Rick Nicholas, I was thinking of you when I was talking about I had a cottage in Ystrad Mynach, and you went, never. I've been on committee in Ystrad Mynach. So I thought, Rick, you might have kind of picked up on that and gone, oh, he lived in Ystrad Mynach, didn't he? And that was, of course, where the song was kind of initiated there in Sao Paulo, but that's where I was living at the time. So yeah, the two locations really were Ystrad Mynach. However, it is about 4 miles from Caerphilly, so it's pretty damn close. So I think we can give both of you a prize. Tell me what you want. Paul Griffin, I could give you a Paul Griffin CD.
Oh dear.
The option is there. I know we're only about 3 weeks away from my album actually physically hitting us. But if either of you would like a mock-up of where the album is, because it is like that close from being finished, I'm happy to send you one each. Because I'd be interested to hear what you think of it. But trust me, it's brilliant.
But Paul Griffin could have a copy of his own CDs.
Yeah.
Brilliant, love it.
Yeah. Actually, Paul, I do have to send you some. I think you've got some that you need to send to some people, so I'll box you up some and send you some. All right, really good. I think we just about... Sorry, is there more?
No, just Angel said, Imagine by John Lennon was done as a cover during the Reader's Digest session.
Yes, it was, yeah. Yeah, it was. I was just thinking of the band, of what we did, of whether we did any others. There was something lurking in my mind. It was.
Rick Nicholas said, "Sorry, Al, I should have got that."
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Rick.
Should have, would have, could have, you know.
Yeah. That's as what do you call it? Would say.
And Paul said a mock-up of your album would be great, Al.
There we are.
I think you probably made a mockery of it.
A mockery of my album.
A mockery of Al's album.
Okay, so I have been hard at work doing a video for Born Under a Full Moon. I finished running it off this morning. So I think that's what we're going to leave you with. We're going to leave you with the finished video. Ish. I probably will perfect it a little bit for my gig, because we'll be using it as a backdrop for that. Along with a few other things, a coffee in New York, and of course I have to do the whole of the end of the Red album. But hopefully we'll do that in time. By the time we get to the live stream, I will have had enough time to have done those videos as well. I have all the ideas. It's all in here. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Paul, for sticking around. Thank you for the fantastic drumming earlier.
Oh, you know.
And thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
And we're going to leave you with Born Under a Full Moon, the video. on screen now. Thank you. Bye.
When you are born under a full moon, the rolling clouds look like a movie, and the band played a Brazilian tune. There's a blue note and a true note, and the other one's for you. Long ago in another world, I wrote a tune for my baby girl. All the time I wasn't aware how fragile we were. But somewhere south of Mexico, I thought I saw a glimpse of hope. Something caught my eye on the horizon line. Fill my empty cup, light up my day. When you are born under a full moon, the rolling clouds look like a movie, and the band played a Brazilian tune. There's a new note and a true note, and the other one's for you. When you were born under a full moon, you light the way into a new world. I wrote this song under Brazilian skies. No, none under the sun. So much fun as we had underneath the full moon.
Now everything has fallen down. We'll crown the king of clowns. We'll live in separate palaces like the fools we are.
Send the stars will light again before we even become friends. Another baby girl is born aboard the ark. Fill my empty cup, light up my day. When you are born under a full moon, the rolling clouds look like a movie. I wrote this song under Brazilian skies. No, none under the sun. So much fun as we had underneath the full moon.
Worlds collide, alive we feed the carnival down to the sea. Lose yourself in old Sao Paulo, start to breathe. Just one more caipirinha, just one more Brazilian breeze. Soothe and soak the Latin skyline, moon and stars and sea. This picture is life, not fiction anymore. I want more. This addiction consumes the deepest dark
There's a blue note and a true note, and the other one's for you. When you were born under a full moon, the rolling clouds look like a movie, and the band played a Brazilian tune. There's a blue note and a true note, and the beautiful moon. Long ago in another world, I wrote a tune for my baby girls. Little did I know how they would change the